Once we reached New Zealand, we indulged in all the creatured comforts of the port, namely cafe mornings every day, scones, croissants, and coffee. And there we met a really friendly couple, Paul and Emma, who invited us to their house to have drinks and listen to trance music that would be spun by their 10-year-old daughter, and hang out with their other awesome daughter, Isla, who had introduced us to her kitty. And after a great night of hanging out at their home, we walked through the forest back to the marina on elevated walkway and down into a gully where, oh my God, what is going on? With my eyes, what are these blue dots? We stumbled upon some glowworms illuminating the hillside. The next day, we had another great outing with the crew of Pangea, Al, Katie, and Mike. We went with them to a modest state's vineyard where we drank mucho vino. And from there, it was that same night that Opua Mariners Club had a Pacific Princess Party. The Princess Party meant that all attendees should dress in their finest dress, so that we did, each one of us, thanks to some of the help of Katie on Pangea. We were outfitted in all these fine threads and looked oh so fab. But we hungered again to get back out into the open seas, and so we went out into the Bay of Islands to watch a full moon rise over the anchorage of Urupuka. As a crew, we sat together, or almost together, as we watched the full moon, because Jesse was off in the perimeter, hopping up and down and waving his phone to the sky, trying to get in touch with his distant lover. From Urupuka, we headed out into the adjacent water so that we could fish. In New Zealand, the water was colder, and so we opted more for fishing off the deck rather than spear fishing. It was Samrick who caught our first kingfish. He was a little height challenged, that fish, and what the locals would call a rat kingy bra, but we ate him all the same, and he was delicious. The change to rod fishing from spear fishing wasn't the only big change. The seas were calmer around the coast of New Zealand. Gone were the rough waves that led us to damage our feet badly. Most of those foot injuries were probably sustained by Chris. He broke his little toe, and he also received a pretty good gash on his right foot. In addition to leaving the waves behind, we also had to leave behind the plants of the galley. New Zealand biosecurity controls prohibited us from bringing in the plants that had made the space so green and nice. But not everything was different. We still had Jesse waving his phone to the sky, just as he had in Tonga. He was doing in New Zealand, trying to speak with mysterious Valentina somewhere off in Bali. In those early days of New Zealand, we hit another milestone as a crew, 50 days together, and it happened to coincide with a milestone for Sam, 1 year out on Havili since leaving Los Angeles. Cheers to the good life. And with that, we headed out to the adjacent islands off the coast of the North Island. We went to the Poor Knights, a game reserve, protected waters, and protected land.